Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I want to tell you a story. Years ago, I had just got a television show. I had come from academia where I was teaching. I'd earned a PhD at the age of 26, and then I left that and moved into stand up comedy, actually. I went from stand up to not just telling jokes, but doing lectures in the day and doing comedy in the evening. So I was using the flip sides of both coins of irony, where the thing was funny with a message or the message had humor in it. And then I got the TV show. Before our launch, I went before a bunch of journalists who were interviewing me about how I got there and who I was and all of this. And one reporter asked this question. He said, "It's been said that you have a PhD." And he just kind of left it hanging in the air where I was supposed to fill it in or get uncomfortable or something. And so I gave him what I call the blank stare. Now, the blank stare is what I do when, I'm waiting for people to give me more information or I want them to get uncomfortable in the information that they've given. It was the latter. He got uncomfortable, and so did the people who were there with him, the other interviewers. They just kind of waiting for what's about to happen here. And finally, I said, "It's been said that you're a journalist, and you could have looked that up." I was told then by the executives out in Hollywood to never refer to myself as doctor, to not put doctor anywhere on the show, to not put that PhD, to not allow guests to refer to me as doctor, to never say doctor. They determined that people might think that I was trying to be better than them, when I knew, in fact, that people would be proud of me. I knew this because I'd seen the research. Anyway, um, their notion of what I should be called uh, is now the reason why I say who I am myself. I have been on a national radio shows, national TV shows, where they actually tell you if you're a medical doctor, we'll refer to you as doctor, but if you're a PhD, we refer to you by your first name. And I'm really wondering where this rule came from in journalism that, that's the case. And whenever I've asked, people will say things like, "Well, we don't want to confuse you as someone who could give medical advice." If you're asking me about racism, who's sitting at home with a broken femur expecting me to help them? But the truth of the matter is, somebody along the way decided that there were too many women getting these advanced degrees. And suddenly, that advanced degree was not going to be respected the way it had been when men had them. Pretty much. There is this thing where people never wanted to get a PhD, but they look at someone who made that choice and then decide, "Oh, well, but you think you're better than me." If you really earn a doctoral degree, an EDD, or any kind of advanced degree, when you really earn it, you don't insist on anybody calling you anything. You just know what you should call yourself because you know how hard it is to get there. You not only know how hard it is to get there, you want to help as many other people cross that threshold as possible, knowing that not everybody wants to, but you really want to help folks because you know how hard it was and you know some of the pitfalls and ways to get there. But somehow in our society lately, and I'm talking about American society, I'm not sure about other places in the world. I've seen some indications of it in some nations. But we have done this flip where education now is the thing that we look down on. You're too educated. You're an educated fool. Pilot higher and deeper. Oh, you know what that is. Ba 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 ba. In truth, if you've not sat through those comprehensive exams and turned in those papers at all hours of the night in APA format with all those citations and all of that, you really can't talk about the BS that you think we are. I know there's some bad actors, some folks who claims intellectual superiority. We're not talking about those people any more than I'm talking about a plumber who doesn't really have a license who comes and works on your plumbing. I'm talking about how hard it is to achieve something only to have someone tell you it doesn't mean anything. So when that journalist decided that Dr. Jill Biden shouldn't be called doctor because he didn't want to call her that, and then a bunch of other people jumped on with, yeah, why should we call her doctor? I'm going to ask you politely, very politely, very, very politely, to look up why we should call her doctor. She worked for it. She earned it. More importantly, it's who she is. And there's this thing we're doing right now in America where we don't like education simply because we don't want to sit still. And mainly because we value the dollar more than we value our existence. Let's get it right, people. You be you. I'll be over here being me. Dr. Bertice Berry, and I love you.